Hi there, good evening, it's Sarah from Keeping It Minimal, and today I'm going to talk to you about a reusable version of these baby wipes. Now these are just your bog standard baby wipes. You get between 60 and 80 usually in a packet. They cost between sort of 60 pence if you go to places like Aldi, right up to £2, £2.50 if you go for a more sort of biodegradable option. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is a reusable baby wipe. So these particular reusable wipes are called cheeky wipes. I was very, very lucky at the time that I was pregnant. My really good friend Laura Tinch, so thank you Laura, had already had her beautiful son and she was using these particular wipes. So I was able to see the quality and the whole system that goes around using them, which was really, really great for me. So these ones are what's called bamboo minky. The wipes themselves are, sort of about 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres. You can actually get bigger versions. These ones have got a cute little pattern on them with sort of jungle animals and things. They also do cotton terry, just a general sort of cotton terry. They do much more different types now than they used to do. So they do a premium version of this, which is a bit softer. And we've been using these for almost 3 years now and find them massively effective. Occasionally I buy the regular wipes if I get caught short or I'm out and about, but we like to keep to these and we actually find them a lot more effective, especially when you're talking about number twos. They just kind of work a little bit better. They don't kind of like slip about. They're not as wet. So I'll show you the whole system behind these and why I kind of really liked this particular brand of wipes, because I felt it was sort of thought out in terms of the entire deal. So you get these wipes. What I did was I purchased a starter kit of reusable wipes, and I got everything needed to kind of get started using these, and that cost between £42 and £47 on the Cheeky Wipes website, and that gives you 25 wipes, and the price depends on what type of wipes that you go for, basically. We have around about 50 wipes. When I was ordering a couple of things at a time, they did a deal where you got some free, so some of them were extra. We tend to wash about every other day, which we find works really, really well for us. You can wash more regularly or less regularly depending on how many wipes you have and everything like that. So I'll go into a little bit more of that in a minute. I'll just show you exactly what you sort of get in the system and why I thought this was so great. So as well as wipes, you get these 2 boxes. So they don't look like anything fancy per se. They are, your typical sort of Tupperware-y tight box with a sort of clip lock kind of lid. Very simple, not round all the edges. They aren't leak proof, and they're designed for you to be able to open them up, get your wipe out or chuck your wipe in. So this is what's called the fresh box, and this is what's called the mucky box. I'm sure I don't really need to go into much more detail than that over them, but I will show you exactly sort of what you're designed to do with it. So you get those, get your wipes, and you in the set you get a fresh box essential oils, which this one's mandarin. You can also get a lavender and chamomile one, and you get, most importantly, the mucky wipe essential oils. Now these have tea tree in them, and tea tree is known to have antiseptic properties, which is why, or antibacterial more specifically properties, which is why that's really, really good in the mucky box. As well as that, you can get, and this is very worn, this shows you how much we've used them, this is a fresh bag, and this is just a little wet bag. It's got a UVPC lining, and this is what you use to take your clean wipes out and about. Now, some people like to just take dry wipes out and about and wet them wherever they are, which is perfectly cool, or you can use the fresh system, which you fill with water and your essential oil, and you just take them out, wring them out, make sure they're just damp, put them in the fresh box and put this in your change bag. They then also have the mucky bag, which similar is a UVPC lining. This one we've got a newer one of, which is why it looks so fancy. But basically this one comes with a netted inner. So this, what you do with this is you just unzip it straight from the bag, take it out and bung that in the wash as it is. Now the outer bags obviously can be washed at the same time, but beware, you want to be washing these at no more than 30 degrees Celsius, because otherwise you'll damage the UPVC, which we don't want to be doing because it's a plastic and we'd rather keep that intact. So this is what the bag looks like out. I've got one ready prepared for you here. So how you sort of start the system off is you get your fresh box. See that so well there, but I'll just kind of do it like this. Fill it with a little bit of water. I've got a wee bit here. And a couple of drops of your essential oils, just literally a few drops. I mean, you can put as much or as little water in here as you want. I wouldn't really put any more than sort of, I usually put 10 wipes in or so, because you don't want them sitting there in the water for a long time. You want them to kind of be used fairly regularly, and you want to wash out your box quite regularly as well, because if you ever use essential oils, they do leave a residue with the water, so you want to make sure that's all clean. Obviously you want to wash this one very, very regularly, because this is where you put your dirty ones. So this is the inside of the dirty box, and the way you actually prepare this is you put the water in there, just as you do. Again, a few drops of essential oils. But this one also comes with a netted bag on the inside. And this is part of the reason why I really liked the Cheeky wipes. I felt like they were super thought out from start to finish, and tried to kind of maintain the convenience of your sort of regular disposable baby wipes, and think about how you know, you don't really want to touch loads and loads of dirty wipes, or you might not be able to chuck the whole box in the machine, so you get this netted bag. So obviously when they're full, you take it out, draw it shut. It's got a drawstring here, which helps it stay tight in the box, so it's fairly kind of snug. And then you just pull all that out, bung it in the wash, and therefore you're not really touching anything. So they are one alternative that I really, really like. Another alternative, of course, if you are a bit of a dab hand with a sewing machine, or you have a sewing machine and you like to do that, you could also do, for example, especially when you're just talking about face and things. So all of these wipes are suitable for face. I tend to use the bamboo minky ones for face, or something slightly softer, because they're just a little bit soft. There's a lot of information on the Cheeky Wipes website about which ones work best for what. So I would definitely recommend that if this is interesting for you, you go and have a proper look there. And you know, comparable cost wise, you probably go through a packet of these in a couple of 2 to 3 days or so. So that adds up to a lot over the year. You know, you could be talking about a couple of quid a week, you could be talking about £5 a week, if not £10 a week, depends how regularly you use wipes. And of course, when kids go through weaning and beyond, you need a lot of extra ones for faces, noses, all of that, hands, all of that kind of thing. So it's definitely something to consider. The other thing I was about to say is, if you've got a bit of a sewing machine and maybe like us, you had a baby with quite bad reflux or or you ended up getting tons of these general muslin squares when you had your little newborn, and you don't really find out you use them much. So for hands or face, I would definitely recommend that you could cut this up and sew a little edge around there to make sure it doesn't fray. You also, same thing with, you know, the regular small terry towel, or for face, of course, you could definitely just use like a kind of flannel sort of thing. And I find that these work really, really well. I actually enjoy using them. I feel that they work more effectively. In terms of a cost perspective, it's quite a high cost outlay to start with, but after that, the only real cost you've got is a bit of electricity bill on your washing machine, plus your powder and water usage, and then you've got, you know, a top of essential oils as well. You can obviously choose where you buy your essential oils from. These are ones that came with the set. With the set, you tend to get like a much smaller one, just a regular sort of 15 or 10 ml essential oil. I'm trying to think of what it was. But yeah, anyway, that's my sort of quickish guide to reusable wipes. And if you've got any questions or anything, just comment on my post below. And yeah, happy baby wipes. Cheers, bye.